Hi guys, welcome to Sip Society, the Sober Diaries. I am Sam, and this is my channel. We're going to be talking about my evenings in my drinking days versus my evenings now. In my drinking days, I did not really want to go out in the evening. I wanted to be at home, especially if I had to drive somewhere. No, I'd rather be on my couch or in bed having my drinks. I would watch TV shows and movies, which I still do now, but I would be drinking doing it. There would be times where I would go to bed and wouldn't remember the end of my show the next morning or my movie, which is a problem. That's a problem. If you don't remember what you did right before you went to bed, that's not a good sign. I would go home, and around 6 or 7 o'clock is when my cravings set in, sometimes earlier. But by 7 for sure, I needed to have that first drink. And if it was past 7 and I haven't had a drink yet, I was angry because I was functional alcoholic. So I wanted to get my sleep because I needed to function the next day. So I knew I wanted to be sleeping by 9:30, 10. Because if I wasn't, I was going to be super grumpy the next day, even more hungover, yada, yada. So that was my time frame. 7 o'clock was when it needed to go down. Otherwise I was irritable and moody and yeah. Also, if I went to bed and didn't feel buzzed enough to fall asleep quickly, because that was a huge fear of mine, was falling asleep with my thoughts. I think that is honestly how it all started, was I didn't want to fall asleep with my thoughts. I just wanted to knock out. And if I had a night where I wasn't tipsy enough to knock myself out within 5 minutes, I would have chugged a drink right before bed, probably a strong cooler or something just to send me over the edge a little more. If I woke up in the middle of the night, I'm type 1 diabetic, so sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night with low blood sugar and need to eat something. Or if I just woke up and couldn't sleep, I would chug a couple coolers. So if it was 5 a.m., then I wouldn't, because I knew I had to work soon. But if it was 2 a.m., I'd be taking some back. There were nights I would also put on, those under eye masks that girls like to wear. I was so worried about aging and wrinkles because I knew I was destroying my body that I would wear the under eye patches while I was sitting in bed with my drink. And, it's really probably not doing anything for me. I just thought it was super ridiculous to look back on. I'm like, why did I even bother try? And yeah, then now let's go to early sobriety. Early sobriety, I still didn't want to go out in the evenings because I still had that fear of falling asleep without winding down beforehand. It was going to sleep was an anxious activity for me. So in early sobriety, I wanted to make sure I was winding down by 7 o'clock. I was taking naltrexone in the beginning for cravings, but I would have my sweet treats before bed, and want to make sure I'm doing self-care and stuff, and just really wanting to make sure I'm winding down because I was so worried about falling asleep. And I wouldn't even want to go to that's part of the reason I didn't go to the AA meetings. There's a Wednesday women's meeting in town that I probably would have continued going to if it wasn't for the fact that it was in the evening. And I was I won't get home till after 8. I hate that. And I'm actually considering trying meetings again. I do online meetings, which I absolutely love with the Happiest Sober Hub. Absolutely love the people, but I am craving some in-person sober connection. I didn't really resonate with the book and all of that, but I had spoken to someone in AA recently and they said, that's fine. You can just go casually to the meetings if you want. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should try this again. So I'm actually going to go to a meeting either this week or next, and I'm excited for it. It doesn't seem daunting anymore. I'm not oh no, my evening, how am I going to fall asleep? Because I'm just at the point where I can just come home and wash my face and do what I need to do, and I can go to sleep. And I actually look forward to going to sleep now and like closing my eyes, and I've got a whole routine I'm going to get into here. So now I really enjoy skincare. It's almost like a hobby of mine. I've got the serums, the toners, all that stuff. So every night I wash my face and do my skincare. I'm really good about my oral care now. That was something that was seriously lacking in the past. A lot of addicts will admit that. I also have a sleep mask that I bought on Amazon this past year, and I love it so much. I ended up buying my partner one because he wanted one. And basically it's a sleep mask that has built-in headphones. So they don't go into your ears. They just rest, like it's just a sleep mask, and you can hear the speakers, I guess, in the mask. And so we both have a headset. He listens to his spooky stories or whatever it is he listens to. We're horror fans. And I listen to a Disney lullaby playlist, or Native American flute music, or sometimes a meditation. So I actually get really excited to lay in bed and vibe out. Like, I have my skincare done. I feel good. Like, I've got my headset on. I'm listening to my whatever it is I'm listening to. I feel good going to sleep. Like, I look forward to that now. And it's no longer a stressful situation. Like, it was seriously, going to sleep was so stressful for me in the past. And I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. But I really didn't like it. It gave me a lot of anxiety. Something that I'm also implementing as of recently, Maddie from the Happiest Sober podcast has brought up like less scrolling on your phone and stuff. And she told me about how you can set modes on your phone so that your social media doesn't work at certain times. And I didn't know that was a thing. So I just set an 8 p.m. mode because I go to bed at like 9 p.m. I like to be up at like 5 or 6. So at 8 o'clock, my social media apps all close. I can't scroll. I seriously notice a difference in my sleep on the nights that I keep that mode on. I just need to be more dedicated to it and actually leave the mode on every night, because sometimes I'll go and turn it off, and it's annoying. I need to stop that, because I seriously notice a difference on the nights that I'm not scrolling and doom scrolling, that I sleep so much faster and so much better. So I'm trying to think of like a good evening routine that might like help me stick to this, whether it's like maybe at 8 o'clock when the app shut down, I read a book or a journal, or like maybe do some sort of like gratitude every night. I don't know. I'm going to try and think of something. I've got oracle cards and tarot cards I used to really be into. So maybe I do something like that once a week. Yeah, I just thought of that now. But yeah, I really enjoy my evenings now. I'm no longer on craving medication. I got off of them after 6 months. So I've been basically 6 months off of them, and I don't get cravings at night. Like, I don't associate alcohol with my evenings anymore. I still get excited for my sweet treats at night sometimes, or my chips with like a Diet Coke, but non-caffeinated Diet Coke. But I don't associate my evenings with alcohol anymore. I don't associate sleeping with alcohol, or sleeping being a stressful situation. So that just goes to show how much you can grow over time in sobriety. And yeah, I'm curious to know if anyone else gets stressed out by sleeping. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you've not already. I've got my first guest coming up soon. And yeah, like this video, helps the algorithm. And here is to another 24 hours sober.